Shalom. All praises to the Most High. Yehovah Yehoshua. This is sounds from YYBY. As you can see, this is the Surface Duo 1. Microsoft would be crazy if they make this a one screen. And I'm going to tell y'all why. Alright, so as we know, we know about the fold phones. We know about the Microsoft Duo. This is the version 1, and then they got version 2. And I'm gonna tell you the reason why I think they should keep two screens. And what I mean by two screens, I mean it has a split in the middle. So that means sometimes when you make certain things big and large, the split kind of blocks it off. But that ain't really a big deal because these two screens already big enough. These two screens is already more wide than the average phone. Just the width of it. Just one screen itself is the width bigger than the average phone. So what they did, they made this phone shorter from the height of it and made it expanded it a little bit. And it's still a nice size to fit in your pocket and whatever you want to use. So at the same time, we gotta understand this. When we spend a lot of money on phones, man, I know we have insurance. Some get it, some don't. But it's also, when you buy a phone, it's also about how it's built. The quality of it's built. Can it last a long time without having problems? Now, remind you, I had the Fold 1, I had the Fold 2, and I had the Fold 3. And they're great. They're great, for the price and everything, but the fold screen has like a certain hinge in the middle where it's annoying. It's like a dip, right? It's a dip. And one of the main problems what normally happens with that expensive phone is that when you folded it like this over time, see, they do a lot of testing on these phones, and then what they do, they say, hey, well, how many folds can this phone do like this before it start having issues in the middle, right? And I had issues in mine in the middle, and eventually you'll start seeing small little cracks. You start seeing small little cracks. This is a default. It just happens. You could be a guy who really takes care of your phone, protect your phone. This don't matter. So when you see the little cracks in the middle, and then eventually the middle of that phone, the light will go out all the way through the strip of the phone. As you can see, right here in the middle, the light will go out in the fold. So this is the issue they've been having on the newer versions, on the flip and the fold. Because I got right here, I got the flip right here. I got the flip right here, and this is having that problem already. And I haven't even had this phone for about 2 months, man. Probably about what? Yeah, about 4 months or something like that. And it's already having that problem. The first version was better, So also, if you really look at this phone, the way they put the hinges on here is built so good where it's more sturdier, it's more strong, it's more powerful. So when you fold it back like this, the hinges built so well where it's kind of because you got to remember these hinges have wires running through it to make sure these two screens is operating. So that hinge is very important the way it's built. You get what I'm saying? And then on top of that, you don't have to deal with the issue that the fold having. I'm not saying that every phone that come out like that, you'll have that issue. The main thing I'm saying is that the concept and the features of what you can do on this screen with two screens, a duo, is way better and different when you just got one screen. Hear me out right quick. You can have something on one side. You could be working on something on one side and you could work on something on the next side. Yeah, you could do the split screen on the folds and all that, but it's way different when you're using it on the Duo. Though, the features they have, the concept they do, it would take away from it if they created one screen. I want to see your big movie on the cross like this. I get that. Unless they can make something in a way where they can keep the two screens, they can keep the hinges, and I don't know, maybe something they can kind of make the screen curve a little more on the edge right here, further down in the hinge. And so it looked like it's nothing missing. But if you just turn it like this, You still got a nice portion screen to watch a movie and then still do something right here. See, the multitasking is on a whole nother level compared to the multitasking that you use in the Fold. And if they put it one screen, that'll take away that whole concept. Because that line is dividing your mental, like, okay, I got something right here and I got something right here. I don't think people understand that. For those who don't really use multitasking type stuff, who don't do comparisons of one thing and comparisons of another, they wouldn't understand this analogy. And then on top of that, if you really think about it, it's like all these years we've been using one screen. We've been multitasking, whatever we're trying to do with one screen on the phone. So it's like all of a sudden now when we get two screens, it's like everybody want to be spoiled and say, well, it need this and need that. And it's really not that serious. We don't need one screen, because one screens, they have an issue when you got to fold it. When you got to do this is what you got to think about. Because y'all going to be very pissed off when you got a phone and you paid a lot of money for almost $2,000 for, and then you still having phone issues, or your SIM is not working, or your phone just go out. And these phone companies gonna run game on you talking about, well, you got to pay an arm and a leg just to get the screen fixed when you could just buy a whole nother phone. So when you buy phones, it's not just about what it does. It's about the concept and the way it's built. And this is why I like the first version more than the Duo 2. The reason why I like the first version more, because it's more slimmer. Duo 2 have a big camera on the back right here, and it sticks out. And when you close it like this, it sticks open, like it's open like that, instead of being closed all the way when you holding it in your hand. So it feel like it's a lot of space in between. So it's like you definitely got to have a grip around the edge of it. If not, you'll have an issue with your phone or dropping it, because the whole concept is that when it fold like this, you don't want to really touch the screen right here. So that's why it's good when you have holding it like this. You're not touching the screen. It's still cool, So when you close it back, boom, it's no screen on the front, it's no screen on the back. Everything is protected. You don't got to worry about the screen in the front getting scratched like how you got this on the Fold. You don't got to worry about that. And guess what? I get it. Some people say, well, put the screen protectors on there and stuff. Listen, I don't like screen protectors because, one, they make your phone very dirty. Two, sometimes it lacks latency based on what screen protector you have on your phone. Three, eventually, again, they still get dirty and they start looking funny and weird. It don't look like the original screen. It feels better when you're using the original, when you touching the original screen, and it tracks a lot of all like filthy stuff around the edges and all that. Yeah, you got to keep your phone clean. I keep mine clean, but I just don't like those screen protectors. And if you're a person where you really take care of your phones, you don't got to really worry about all that type of stuff. Some people got to have it, and they cost the price for them don't make no sense for what they charging just to have it on your phone. And then when you put it on there, you better put it on perfect, or you're gonna get bubbles, or you might keep it on there so long, especially on the Fold screen. If you put a protector on a Fold screen, eventually you're gonna get bubbles in the middle, or you might just get bubbles because of the screen folding, because it's all together. Like how the Fold is, it's all together. So you might get bubbles, or eventually something might come up, because you got to remember, on the Fold, it's very sensitive in the middle. It's built good in the back part right here on the Fold, but in the middle, when you touching the screen, is very sensitive. It's like a loop right there. So it's kind of like, it won't be, they can't make that strong. They can't make that strong because it got to fold. See, but this, you can fold it all day because the hinge is built so good. You don't have to worry about those issues with your phone. You just got to take care of it. You don't got to worry about nothing getting scratched on the front. You don't got to worry about nothing getting scratched on the back. You don't got to deal with the screen. How much screens do y'all damn need? You get what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. So a lot of people be so technical about everything. And this is a perfect build of this phone. All they got to do is just, well, a lot of people was complaining about the bugs of it and everything. They fixed that already on here. I just got it a week ago. The bugs, everything they fixed is perfect. It's, compared to when it first came out, they was having problems with it. But now it's great. And sometimes you got to wait when something new come out and just sit back and say, you know what, let me wait right quick and see what they do. And then they start fixing issues. Sometimes it's not always good to buy something new as soon as it come out. You be the victim. You be the tester. You start dealing with issues, and now you're pissed off because you just paid over $12, $13, $1,400 on a phone, man. And the average person don't got that type of money to buy a phone. People only can spend like $200-$300 for a phone. I'm telling you. You know, so my advice to Microsoft Surface, for a guy who is a tech person who take care of his things, who get them and sell them, who build them, who fix computers, who do all that type of crazy stuff, that nerdy stuff, right? I don't think you should use the concept of fold. I think you should keep this concept because of the features and how it works. And I didn't realize how much I needed this because I'm a multitasking person when it comes to business, when it comes to everything, when it comes to comparison, when it comes to doing one thing and doing another thing. And when I had the folds and the flip, when it comes to multitasking, you have to do split screen. And split screen do not function on the level the way this function when using two duo screens. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. And if you use one screen, you're going to take away the concept of that. And you won't be in your own box, your own circle, your own idea. You'll be doing the same thing that everybody else is doing. That's not what you want to do. And make a long story short, before I leave, fellas, I don't have the folds no more. I sold them. I got the duo. So that should tell you something. This is YYBY.